Welcome to the show. Let's see. So you might be in a situation, okay, where you you're outside the United States, and maybe because of the pandemic or maybe because of your job, you run into a situation where your green card it has expired. Okay, um, that's a problem, of course, right? So you have to really think about. Hopefully you're not in a situation and you can be proactive, right? So the easy way to say is like if you're currently in the US and you're thinking about going abroad, but your card is about to expire, or you're in a situation where you think your trip outside US, whether for work or for fun, it's going to take maybe 3 months, then I would still apply for a re-entry permit. Okay, re-entry permit. So you might have there's a couple situations. Your resident card is valid for a couple years, right? At least more than a year, and but your trip is going to be more than 3 months. And the key thing generally is 6 months. However, you know things like the pandemic, or your trip is extended more than 3 months and it runs into 6 months, then that's where it can get into a problem. So I just don't think it's worth taking a chance with being not being able to come back into the United States, right? So some people get lucky. I've heard of that. Some people called us. We advise the concerns, the possible consequences, and we've had a couple of people contact us back and say like, "Look, I was able to get in, and that's great. I'm happy for you." But generally speaking, most people will get unlucky and they can't get back in. So by the way, folks, if you're in a situation that you have a crime from the past and you have a resident card and you're like, "Oh, it's cool. I can go abroad. I've done it before and it was successful." Well, look, the next time you come back in, it's likely not to be successful. I just wouldn't if I were a gambling person, I just wouldn't take my chances on that. Okay? So you really need to speak with a immigration attorney. No, look, if we could turn back the clock, right? Many years ago when you had that arrest, and generally speaking, you would think, okay, I'm going to hire a criminal defense attorney. Well, if you have resident status or no status in America, you also need to consult with an immigration attorney. And most criminal defense attorneys may not have an immigration attorney on their team, right? Or because when it comes down to immigration consequences, you have to pay a fee. Criminal defense lawyers, because of the way the laws work, and they have to advise um, immigrant foreign national defendants, their clients, of the potential consequences of immigration status. It does take time to evaluate for you, but I would recommend having that evaluation before signing a plea bargain, going through trial and not winning. It's just best that you have all the knowledge possible before, especially signing a plea deal. Okay, so because a lot of people have the scenario where they may have gone outside the United States, already completed the probation and all that, gone outside the United States a couple times and didn't have an issue coming back in, but the third, fifth time, you're gonna get a lot of questions, okay, from customs officer, and then you're gonna go through secondary inspection, and then you're gonna get a referral to immigration court and detention center. Okay, so you don't want that situation. We're working with another law firm that asked us to help out for immigration court case, a removal case, and the person, I believe person was convicted of what do you call that? Theft by check. Okay, the person had insufficient funds in their bank account, essentially. So, and that person was gambling. So, if you're a gambler, just use money that you actually have. Just a little tip there. Okay, folks, just try not to get yourself in a situation. I've heard stories about that. Like some people think they can just the, let give a check to a casino, and then you're just hoping that your chips are gonna get you more money. That's just a really bad way of thinking. But I'm a lawyer. I'm not usually a risk taker, so I'm a little different. I'm still hesitant about skydiving and things like that. But hey, if you diving, let me know your experience.